What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fight Capital Show. Today I got an interview with Aiemann Zahabi. I hope you guys enjoy. Sean O'Malley has been depicted as a stylistic nightmare from creators and fans. They said that about Vera. They said that about Aldo. At this point, do you find that just being the underdog is fueling you more than ever?
Yeah, I take it as fuel. I always win when I'm underdog. So I take it as people are counting me out. It's all good. I don't mind being an underdog. Actually, it's better for me because people's perception of me is that I'm going there to lose. It puts more pressure on my opponent. Puts more pressure on O'Malley to get a big finish. I feel like it's a win-win for me.
Yeah. Uh, what would you say would be like your dream scenario on fight night?
Yeah, the best would be obviously to knock him out one punch. Obviously that's always the ultimate thing, but getting a finish would be the best thing that could happen to me because I really want that title shot. They told me this was a title eliminator, but even when they say that, they want you to, have a good performance and they would like to see a finish, right? Getting a title
Yeah.
shot after a finish is much easier. So hopefully, I break him in every way possible.
And as the years go by after this fight happens, how do you want fans to describe this performance if you could say it in maybe one
Yeah.
word or so?
That I have power. That I carry power in my hands and I can go out there and I can dog it out with the best of them.
Uh, now, uh, I heard that you had dropped out of McGill in your second year, I believe,
Yeah,
of
that's right.
yeah. What made you make this huge commitment to the sport of MMA and want to pursue this career rather than a lot of people just go and take a steady paycheck per
Yeah,
week and just,
that's a great question. I was young, I was 20, 21, and I feel like in life you have to jump, you have to take a chance, and I feel like school is always going to be there. And I didn't find school to be very hard. Like all you got to do is study and do the exams, you pass, you get a job. Like it's super simple. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I try something really cool, like becoming a professional athlete, a fighter. And
yeah.
if that doesn't work out, I'll go back to school at 30 years old, man. If I fail, I'll just go back to school. School's always going to be there. McGill's been around for, I don't know, a couple hundred years or
Yeah, true.
150 years. I don't even know. It's long, it's old school.
It's
And
pretty old school, pretty old school,
it ain't
man.
going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I was like, you know what? If I fail, who cares? I'll just go back to school.
You talked about ha wanting and having now, I believe, GSP in your corner at the White House
Yeah.
card. Do you feel that's going to give you a mental advantage in there, having him and your brother in your
Yeah.
corner? Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like it's huge. Like it worked out for me really good against Aldo, and it's just to let people know that even one of the greatest of all time believes I can win. So as many of these people they count me out, they can't really see my value, but I have guys like George St. Pierre who can see the value of taking the time and getting me ready for this fight, and then not only getting me ready, but also being there to spend that time with me. It's just to let the world know that this I'm a serious contender, and it's gonna let Sean O'Malley know and his team know that we're not playing around. We're coming to win.
yeah, love to hear that, man. Now, putting together your 7-win fight streak, I just want to know, like, see, a lot of people see you as an example of how grit, heart, and determination could take you so far in life and could often beat talent, which you definitely have done over the course of your career. How do you feel just being that influence over a lot of men in Montreal and various other countries, of course?
Yeah, and I think also part of the story is I never quit no matter how old I got and no matter how long it took. I feel like a lot of times people they get discouraged throughout the tough times, and it's because they don't have a strong why. And you need to know why you want to go down with a path, and it can't just be money. Because to be honest, you could make money doing pretty much anything. You can be a truck driver, you can go up to and work in the oil rig field in Alberta. You can find a job doing so many things that can pay the bills. But when the times get tough, if you're doing a job just for the check, you might quit that job. But if you're doing something that you have a more of a profound meaning about it, there's something you want to prove, there's something you want to showcase. I feel like that makes it a lot easier. And even if you're old in terms of age, uh, you can just not worry about it, keep your head down and do the work and show everybody how they're wrong. I feel like coming for a title shot at 38, it's pretty wild. Not too many guys win the belt after 35 in my weight class. Volkanovski broke the curse, so I look up to him in that sense that he was able to do it. So then why can't I do it?
Oh, exactly, man. You definitely could.
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
with the opportunity you have lined up right now, man. Do you think that uh, when you beat Sean, do you
yeah.
think that you'll have the opportunity of maybe having your title fight in Montreal, possibly
I'm
because
hoping so. I'm hoping so. And I think that's also one of the reasons maybe I got put on the card at the White House because if they're gonna do a title eliminator and they're giving me a chance, Canada is the second largest market for the US in terms of pay-per-view sales.
yeah,
And when GSP was the man, he was selling out not only the Bell Center, but he even sold 55,000 seats at the Sky Dome at the sorry, it's not called Sky Dome anymore, the Rogers Arena.
yeah.
He sold 55,000. Like, so there's a big market in Canada. So I would feel that, like, if I win this one and I get a fight for either Marab or Peter Yan, I'm just going to say Peter Yan now because he's a champ. If I get to fight Peter Yan for the belt, and if they come to Montreal, I feel like we're really going to sell out the place and tons of people are going to be buying pay-per-views to see another Canadian at the top.
Oh no, most definitely, man. When I went to UFC 315,
Yeah.
the loudest fight was your fight. Everyone
Yeah.
was screaming. That
Yeah.
third round, I will remember for the rest of my life.
That's
Like
awesome. I'm
that,
happy that I'm so
that was
alive.
such a moment, man. Like wow,
Yeah, and it
you
was cool. They
made.
gave us a standing ovation at the end, and Dana
Oh
White
yeah,
stood up, and Hunter Campbell were clapping for us. And I'm proud to represent my country and my city. And like even when he missed weight by 8 pounds, I took the fight anyway. And I want people to think that I fight with courage and I fight with dignity, and I can be a good mentor for the youth. And I try to speak well in my interviews, and I try to give a good perspective in terms of mindset and staying positive. So for the younger guys, don't ever quit on your dreams, no matter how hard it gets, or no matter how late you are, how old you are. There's always a way. And like, if you're a believer and you believe in God, God is so powerful and His bounty is so it's infinite. So if He wants you to have something, there's nothing anybody can do to stop it from happening. If He doesn't want you to have something, there's nothing you can do to get it, right? So you just gotta believe and do the work and see what you get.
yeah, no, for sure, man. Now, uh, talking about your relationship between you and your brother.
Yep.
Uh, I saw that you guys have like an 8 year age gap, correct?
Yeah.
Now, I know that he could teach you a lot of lessons in MMA, knowing how he has one of the greatest minds and he's looked upon as that.
Yeah.
But outside of the octagon, what's the greatest lesson he's ever taught you?
Ah, man, he's taught me everything. He's taught me how to tie my shoes from when I was a kid. He taught me how to brush my teeth. I mean, he was kind of like a second father to me because my dad was always working. He was in the taxi cab working very hard. My mom didn't work. She was taking care of us. So for us, taught me so many life lessons. But I mean, he's taught me so many great things. I guess one thing that he taught me that really helped me in my career was there's two types of experiences. There's direct experience, so the experience that you go out there and you do trial and error. And then there's indirect experience. You have to observe other people and the choices that they've made and see what the results are and learn from their mistakes so you don't repeat everybody's mistake. And I feel like being in the background at TriStar for the last, 20 years and observing guys like George St. Pierre, David Loiseau, Yves Jabouin, all these great fighters that we had at TriStar, I learned a lot. Like what I want to do and what I don't want to do from other people's journey, right? And I kind of found a way to live my life the way I want to live it and build my career the way I wanted to, from my experiences and also the experiences of the guys around me and my mentors.
I love to hear, man. Like, honestly, you and your brother, I have to say, absolutely like so well spoken. Uh,
Thank you.
Great, man.
Appreciate
Another question, Arnold Allen, when he was
it.
training at TriStar, there was
Yep.
reports that he got jumped in Montreal. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fake story.
Oh, it was a fake
It
story.
was a fake story. Yeah, he did it for
Okay.
clicks, man.
Okay, man.
He's a
I
marketing genius, the guy.
okay. Because I was gonna ask you, like,
Yeah.
growing up in Montreal, like, people don't suspect that like certain people train in martial arts. Or have you ever ran into someone in the street and like they didn't know who you were and they tried to start something with you, like not knowing?
Oh, I mean, I followed the street a handful of times. Yeah. I mean, and it's,
Even like as you've been a UFC fighter, like
Oh, no,
people
no. Has
don't.
it been a UFC fighter? No, 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 no. When I
Okay,
was younger, yeah, yeah. But
okay, so
never as a UFC fighter, never. No.
no, all right.
But
Now
before that, yes.
I guess you got to start somewhere, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Now I saw that you were asking fans for like suggestions on what song to walk out to for the UFC
Yep.
White House. Now you made some great suggestions. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if this is a bad suggestion. So you tell me.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah.
But you know, I go to a lot of Montreal Canadiens games. Love
Yeah.
listening to the national anthem. I know
Yeah.
it's not something that you probably want to walk out to, but I would picture the national anthem sung by Celine Dion, that she's straight from Montreal, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if that would be good, but I just
I
thought
don't
I'd
know, man.
suggest
Listen,
it.
I'll put on
I
my
don't know
list, but
if
it's
it's
gonna be slow, you know, and
yeah, yeah, it's
everybody
not
there is
hype.
gonna
It's
be
not hype.
American.
Yeah, it's not
Everyone
hype.
there
It's
is
not hype, you
American. I
know.
don't know how good that's gonna go over. But listen, I'm listening to all the songs people are suggesting, and I'm gonna make a list and send it over to UFC and we'll see what because at the end UFC has to okay it because I'm sure it being at the White House, they're being more selective.
Yeah.
Normally they don't have an issue. You can literally come out to any song you really want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So I think the whole White House thing, the White House is putting parameters. So I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can find. It'll be fun. Like I hope everyone tunes in even just to hear the song.
oh no, whatever song it is, man, I'm sure it's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah, overall, because that's just a beast of a fight between you and Sean. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it when it got announced. I heard that you even found out as it was announced.
Well, they had asked me if I want to fight for that date, and I said yes. I feel like a lot of people are, they're trying to make the UFC look bad. Oh, I lost visual here.
A little thing I wanted to talk about. You've had some really tough fights in the
Yeah.
UFC. What moment do you feel was the biggest mental battle you had to deal with in your career?
I mean, the hardest one was the Aldo. When I got, well, when he missed weight, it was very hard for me to say yes because 8 pounds is it's a ridiculous amount of weight
Yeah,
to miss by. So it was very hard to make that decision, but I did it because, we're in Montreal. It's my city. Everyone's coming to see this fight. It's like, the Coco Main with two title fights after, and I wanted to represent, and I want to be known as someone who who's brave, who stands up for the occasion. Like I fight better when the chips are down.
yeah.
So I want to be known for that. And so I said yes in the end. And then the guy ends up soccer kicking me twice in the face. At one point, I go flying in the air. And when I landed, I end up sweeping him to save myself from the ground and pound. I get back up to my feet, drops me again, soccer kicks me. And I was just telling myself, just get up and do the work, get up and do the work, make space, win the next win the next exchange, win the next 15 seconds. And I had to dig deep. So that was like one of my most proudest moments ever in fighting. So, and then I had another similar moment with Cheeto where he drops me. I get up, he shoots, tries to take me down. I get out of the takedown. He throws a kick, boom, he breaks my forearm. And the first time I've ever felt pain in a fight was when my forearm broke. And then it only lasted a second, but once the pain was gone, I just felt like my arm wasn't broken until to the last bell, and I ended up winning. So I don't like to fight. I don't like to have to come back like that. But if I have to, I will. But really, the game plan has always felt like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's truly the game plan. Before those two fights, I didn't really take much damage.
Oh yeah. No, you really didn't. It's true.
Yeah.
Uh, now, around January, I was hearing
Yeah.
rumors about you possibly fighting Corey Sanhagen for
Yep.
May or so. Did that fight fall through because of your forearm injury, or was it ever
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
discussed?
So my arm wasn't healed in time, so I couldn't take the fight, and so it fell through. And listen, I don't expect anybody to wait around. I feel like he has a career of his own, right? So, and I totally understand things change and opponents change, but I would have liked to fight him if it would have worked out, but it didn't work out. And then this opportunity is a great one for me. I think it's a little bit of a bigger opportunity, also giving that it's at the White House, so a lot more people are going to watch. People who probably never even seen MMA before are going to watch. So, God is the best of planners, man. So I feel like this is an even bigger shot for me.
Yeah. Uh, you know how it was it was originally rumored by MMA that the UFC was going to come to Montreal for a fight night. Then it turned into Ottawa, and now it turned into Winnipeg. Were they actually? Do you know, like, or confirm that they were going to come to Montreal if you were the main event?
Yeah, no, I don't know how that works in terms of like how they get the final decision, of the venue. I always thought it was like a reverse bid. So basically, they come to Canada, they tell the people like, okay, who's gonna offer us the biggest site fee, basically, you know? And I think they go with who gives them the better deal. That's my understanding of how it works. I don't know if it's like, okay, yeah, we're going to this place for this guy. That I don't know, but
Ah,
I thought it was a site fee thing.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Now, for the UFC White House event, Ilya
yeah,
Taporia versus Islam Makhachev was rumored to be the main event. You know, they were
yeah,
chatting shit on Twitter to each other, and a lot of fans were a bit conflicted on would that have been the right main event to be on
yeah,
that card since there wasn't an American, or
yeah,
is the event that they have now the right main event?
yeah.
Like, how do you feel about it?
Nah, I feel like, having an American fight as the main event is the best play they can do, right? It's really it's a show about Americans. It's not really a show about anybody else. So I guess, giving nobody more American than Justin Gaethje, and also like every time he fights, he gets a performance bonus. So like putting Justin Gaethje as the main event is a win-win situation for the UFC, for the White House, for the fans, for everybody. I know some people would have maybe preferred to watch Islam versus Topuria. Because excuse me, because of what's at stake. But I feel like Justin Gaethje he belongs there.
All right, very well. Listen, man, thank you for coming on the show. Like, seriously, means a
Oh, my
lot.
pleasure, man.
Especially just how fast your manager got you on, I have to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, of course, man. I'm always there for the guys, man. Even like small accounts, big accounts. I like to support people, especially if people from Canada, people from my area. I'm always willing to help out.
Thank you, man. And I wish you the best of luck, of course. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below which fighter you want to see me interview next.